most disappointing game. And the nominees for most disappointing game are Haze, Mercenaries 2, World in Flames, Spore, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, Too Human, and the winner is Mercenaries 2, World in Flames.
Unfortunately, there are a lot of games that we see early on in development and we get real excited about them, and sometimes when they come out, they're kind of a letdown. The real winner here was Mercenaries 2.
The first Mercs was really good, and so it looked like the second one was just more of the same, but a lot bigger, a lot more explosive. How could you mess up something like that? But turns out you can if the game is buggy enough, which unfortunately Mercs 2 was.
Most despicable use of in-game advertising. And the nominees for most despicable use of in-game advertising are Guitar Hero World Tour, KFC advertising all over the place, Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, using your iPod to listen to music, Shaun White snowboarding, the extra mountain you can only buy at Target stores, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2, excessive ads. And the winner is Shaun White snowboarding.
The worst of these games is Shaun White snowboarding. It was already pretty limited to begin with. There were only 4 mountains, and if you wanted the 5th, you had to buy the game at Target.
Like Target bought a mountain in that game and then just straight up said, if you don't buy it at Target, you don't get this mountain.
You see the logo plastered everywhere.
We think a pretty egregious use of in-game advertising, because basically you don't get 20% of the game unless you buy this game at this particular store.
Worst game. And the nominees for flat out worst game are Dark Messiah of Might and Magic,
Elements!
I'm sorry.
Emergency Mayhem, History Channel, Battle for the Pacific, M&M's Kart Racing, Mr. Driller Online. And the winner is M&M's Kart Racing.
Not only does this no-fun racer boast almost none of the features that have been genre requisites for years, but it doesn't do a single thing well. The titular racers are octagonal, the vehicle controls are awful, the course designs are uninspired and occasionally broken, and even the arsenal of chocolate-themed weapons falls somewhere between unsatisfying and pointless.
Worst game everyone played. And the nominees for worst game everyone played are Deca Sports, Iron Man, Mercenaries 2, World in Flames, Shaun White snowboarding, Too Human, and the winner is Iron Man.
Iron Man was one of the biggest movies of 2008, and the game that followed was one of the year's biggest disasters. Instead of making you feel strong, Iron Man made you feel weak, confused, and more than a little ripped off. But at least you didn't feel alone, because nearly 1 million people bought a copy of Iron Man for one system or another, and not one of them was worth the time or the money.
Best game no one played. And the nominees for best game no one played are Air Traffic Chaos, Cold Step Saga, Locke's Quest, Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise, World of Goo, and the winner is World of Goo.
World of Goo is a great game. Your primary goal is to build structures out of little droplets of goo. Where the challenge comes from is the spitefully realistic physics driving everything. Your bridges and towers succumb to all the forces of gravity and wind, so you'll need to carefully consider aspect of your architecture, even if it's simply a mesh of cute goo balls on a cartoony background. It might not have sold well, but it's still a game you need to play.
Least Improved Sequel. And the nominees for Least Improved Sequel are Animal Crossing City Folk, Dynasty Warriors 6, NBA Live 09, Ninja Gaiden 2. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2. And the winner is Animal Crossing City Folk.
Animal Crossing City Folk is basically the same game as 2002's Animal Crossing. There's a small city with a few new things to do, and you can visit your friends' towns online, but other than that, almost nothing has changed in 6 years.
Worst use of a great license. And the nominees for worst use of a great license are Beijing 2008, the official video game of the Olympic Games. Iron Man. The Incredible Hulk. Lost via Domus. MLB Stickball. And the winner is Iron Man.
It's easy to point to the difficulty spike or the repetitive levels as the chink in Iron Man's golden armor, but more than any of the other flaws, this game lacked heart. And as Tony Stark might tell you, that's the most important part.